Labechitiwa, labechitiwa, labechitiwa cha Yesu.
Hi King Church, how are you all? This is Andrew Leinfeldner, as most of you know me, but my real name is Andrew Yiga. I'm very, very blessed to be part of Kin. Yes, I've been part of Kin for like 7 years, and I give God the glory for these 5 years brought me as a person, but also for these 5 years given me a chance to move the journey with Kin. I joined Kin Church while I was still at Chambogo doing my diploma, and that was, I think, 2018. I remember while then, I was planted in a church back at my home in Chira, and when I moved into hostel, I was not having time to go to church. I was not, and I was struggling to get a church to go to attend and fellowship with. And at that time, that's when Emma came to me and like, Andrew, do you want to come to church with me? And yes, I was very glad to, go and see how his church, though I was very skeptical about, churches in the city and how things go. You're not sure what to expect. But I trusted my friend and went with him to Kin. By then, Kin was at Victoria University, yes. And that was my first time at Kin. The service was so amazing. I remember seeing the big house, as we call it right now, that I'm a part of. Pastor, I remember Bishop preaching. I remember Pastor Nancy was leading the praise, and it was all a nice time. I remember asking Emma if I can come back for another service. And in the next service, then I asked Pastor Nancy if I can join the big house. By then, we called it, I remember I just said, can I join the worship team? And then she's like, okay, let's see how that can work. And yeah, bits by bits, I became part of the Kin family. At the time when I joined Kin, I was believing God for everything else a youth can believe God for. You're fresh, you're still at campus, trying out life, struggling, eating Rolex, all the time. Life wasn't working out as much because you're literally still studying. You're still trying to make it in life. So I was believing God for success. I was believing God, of course, first of all, to pass my diploma in auto engineering. And I was already believing God for a bachelor's. I was believing God for a good job. I was believing God for wealth. I was believing God for everything you can mention at that time. And yeah, I'm grateful to God for what I have seen Him do over the years. God answered my prayer in so many ways, all my prayers, as I've mentioned previously, quite a lot. I'm an ambitious man, I know that for sure, but I've seen God come through. First of all, I want to thank our bishop, Pastor Arthur, for taking me in as a son. The message he gives us, I believe it is a big part of my success story, of my journey. The big house, Pastor Nancy, and all the lovely people in Kin, just the atmosphere in Kin is a big part of my story. I remember when I just joined Kin, I was overwhelmed with all this love, all this, good people around, and I was like, okay, people can be this kind, this good, this loving, this welcoming, and it was a new thing to me. But over the years, it became part of me. I synced in with the life at Kin, and listening into the message, for me, it's the message that I think built my inner person to get strong and stand out and know you can actually reach these things you're yearning out for, the things you're praying for. I also realize that it's not just about you praying, but it's you praying while you do something about it, while you try to do something about it. I can't mention one specific sermon, but I can say the sermon that we get at Kin from all the pastors, from Bishop. It is the message is enriching, and it builds me, or it builds us. So I, for one, I can say God has answered my prayers for most of them, even what seems not yet answered. The faith that has been built in me over the years, I feel things are working out for my good. Also just want to encourage someone out there that if you are believing God for something, believe God. Believe God, because He always comes through. Just thinking about my life and where I have come from, like I mentioned, there was a time of eating Rolex, you know. You eat it in the evening, you eat it in the, for lunch, and you move on and life works out. But with faith, you know that God is going to make things out for you. I remember a time when I used to walk from Chambogo to Victoria to go and attend church. And there were times when I used to walk, when we shifted to our current location, which is in Kololo. I remember when I used to walk the street along Kololo airstrip just to get a taxi of at least 1K to Chambogo. And I used to pray to God that, God, I know a time is going to come when I can drive myself to church. I'm telling you right now, I do that, and I'm like, God, you are amazing. These are things I prayed for, things I believed you for, and I can live them today. So I'm encouraging someone who is out there, trusting God, listening into the message, and wondering whether these things we learn and listen in work. They do work. You just have to carry on your faith and believe God. The message we get is empowering. If you look at it and just listen in and go and it just passes, then it doesn't work. But if you take it to heart and pray through it, then you see that God is in the business of working for you. I also remember a time when I was struggling to get where to work. I was seated at home, always looking at, what can I do, doing house chores. I'm done with campus. I don't know what I'm going to do next. And out of a blue, God gave me an opportunity to go and work in Rwanda. I didn't know that is going to happen, but that came through for me, and I thanked God for that. And while I was in Rwanda, I gained skills that I could come back with. Back then I used to see people say, I work in an international school, how does that go? I didn't know that I could ever work in an international school. But I tell you right now, I work in the administration of an international school. And that's not anything in my power, because I'm not even a teacher or an educator by profession. Apart from a few courses I've done over the years, I'm an engineer. But here I am in this setting. I also thank God that I have an engineering company as we speak. And these are things that God has done over the years. So if you're there wondering, what can God do for you? Just stay in the business of trusting Him and leave it to Him. Just believe Him and pray and listen into the message that comes to you every time. Maybe when Bishop is preaching or pastors are speaking to you, listen in and trust God. He will do everything for you.